Own this to supersize you. Welcome to day 101 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Today we're talking all about apologies and apologizing the right way. Why? Because we're human beings. We make mistakes. We say the wrong thing. We do the wrong thing in someone else's estimation, right? We do things that inadvertently hurt other people or harm them or hurt their feelings at the very least. And we don't always realize it. But when we realize and we find out that we have, it's imperative that we apologize. Apologies come in three parts. There's three parts to doing an apology the right way or to apologizing effectively. Number one, sincerely say that you're sorry. So many people, and I think we've all experienced this, get a half-ass or fake apology. And we can tell the difference. We're human beings. We're like little lie detectors or inauthenticity or insincere detectors. And we can tell if somebody's just blowing smoke at us or if they're sincerely sorry for the thing that they did. But the first part of an effective apology, is number one, I am sorry for blank, the specific behavior and part I played in the thing that I'm apologizing for. If I say something in a way that somebody takes it the wrong way, or that I didn't necessarily word it in the best way possible, imagine that, and they get upset about it, that's on me because I should have presented it in a way that was more in line with their understanding. You don't talk the same way to a 3-year-old that you do a 33-year-old. You don't treat customers often the way we treat ourselves, right? Negative self-talk and things. So the first thing we do is we apologize for a specific behavior. This is what I'm sorry that I said you were a jerk or whatever it might be. But it's got to be a specific behavior so the person knows that you sincerely have considered what you're apologizing for and that you really mean it. The second part is I understand it impacted you blank, and then say how you believe that it impacted them. They probably already told you if they were screaming at you or something, but I'm sorry that when I said that, it hurt your feelings. And I'm sorry when I said that, it hurt your feelings. I guess we could leave it at that, right? But how did it impact them? And undermined your self-confidence. I don't think we have to go that far. And then the third step is I will blank. What am I going to do to make it right? Right? When we make a mistake or do something wrong, it is our responsibility to make it right. Now, sometimes accidents happen and things, but what I'm talking about is when you say something or do something, if you said you were going to call and you didn't call me back, if you didn't follow up with me, that hurt my feelings. And so I want my friend to apologize and say, hey, I said we were going to get together this Saturday. I blew you off for X. Well, better opportunity, right? Well, you could have at least called me and let me know. It impacts me because I could have made other plans, but I was waiting around for you. Things like that. When we apologize in this way, the 3-step process, I'm sorry for the specific behavior. I understand that it impacted you in this way. And thirdly, I will blank to make it right. I will blank. I will try to do better in the future. It could be as simple as that. I will pay more attention in the future. I will meet you this Saturday, and I promise not to blow you off. Now, if you promise and you blow them off, probably maybe relook and evaluate that situation. Okay, so apologizing the right way. We're going to practice that today. That's going to be our action item. I guarantee every single day we can hurt somebody's feelings or say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. And it's how do we go about making it right? A lot of times in our head, we just blame the other person and we don't think we need to apologize. Wrong answer. A non-apology, let's talk about that. And then ask yourself this question today. What is my normal way of apologizing? Is my normal way of apologizing to make it the other person's fault that they had their feelings hurt? For about 80% of the people on the planet and 80% of the times that we have misunderstandings, yes, we just blame the other person and then go about our merry way and think we're awesome until it happens to us again and again and again. And we're like, maybe I am being a little too insensitive. Maybe I am being a little blatant and rude. Maybe every idea and thing that pops into my mouth or my head should not come out of my mouth. That's being self-reflective and being self-aware and understanding how what we do impacts other people, because everything we do causes a ripple effect, right? And impacts other people. It can impact them in a good, positive way by setting an example, or it can impact them in a negative way by increasing negative energy, increasing negativity, causing more rifts and strife within the relationship, and then might not even have a relationship anymore. Apologizing, some people, I think their ego gets in the way, and they think that if they apologize, then they're weak. I was married to one of these people, abusive and unapologetic. That should be a book, abusive and unapologetic. Oh my. But apologizing does not make you weak. It means that you're trustworthy, that you can be counted on, that you take accountability and responsibility for the role you play in the world and in your life and creating what it is that you want or don't want. Guess what? If I'm apologizing for something, I was creating something I didn't want. I don't want more strife in my relationships. I don't want more negativity in my life. I don't want more hurt feelings and more people, because all those negative feelings, boom, go out into the world just like the positive good ones do. So what are we going to do with this today? I want you to notice when you do or say something wrong, the impact that it has on the other person. And as quickly as possible, use the 3-part apology and see what impact it has on the relationship. And then today, reflect on a couple of things. Number one, do you owe somebody an apology? Do you honestly owe anybody that you can think of right now an apology? I'm sure I do. I'll have to think about it today, but I'm sure I probably do owe somebody an apology. And then what is your typical mode of operation when it comes to apologizing? Are you a deflector and a, what would the other word be? Deflector and a make and damage your relationship further because you basically deny the other person's feelings. You say, well, I'm sorry that you felt that way, or I'm sorry, but. The word but is an everything killer. I don't remember who told me this or where I learned this, but a long time ago, I heard it and I practiced it in my head for a while. And I'm like, oh my God. And I started to take but, B-U-T, out of my vocabulary, because what it does is you can say all these things and then but and give an example. It erases all of the things that you said before the but, because people and our brains only hear what comes after the but. Isn't that interesting? Scientists have studied this and everything, and I'm sure neuro-linguistic people have studied it, and I'm sure marketers have studied it. But, now see, you forgot everything I just said, because I said but, and but is like a connector. It's not like and. This and this, you'll remember both. But you say this, but not this. Guess what? All you ever hear is the not this, and what are you creating? A whole lot more than not this, which is usually something we don't want. All right, so what are we going to do today? We're going to go about our lives, go about our regular lives and routines, because conflict comes up all the time. And as soon as you notice that somebody's upset or you had a part to play in them being upset, that is the time to practice the 3-part apology. Again, I'm sorry for my specific behavior. I understand that it impacted you, and then say how you believe that it's impacted them. Because if you say, it looks like I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry that I understand that it hurt your feelings. If you say that and their feelings weren't hurt, they just think you're an a-hole, that gives them an opportunity to say that. And then finally, I will do this to make it right. I will do this corrective action. I will pay more attention and not take my being hangry out on you in the future. Things like that. Amazing how powerful an apology done the right way can be to build trust and continue the relationship in the way we want it to go, or how devastating it can be in relationships when the other person or one of the parties does not. And it is a clear sign of disrespect. If you don't have the ability to apologize, it isn't just your ego. It's a sign that you don't respect other people, and you definitely probably don't respect yourself either. So who wants to be sending that signal out in the world and letting people know, hey, I don't really respect myself. That's why I don't apologize for anything. That's why I'm above apologies, whatever. All right. If you have any questions about this, if I can help with any way, all you have to do is ask. I'm in an all-day intensive training again today, 12 to 8 p.m. my time, but otherwise outside of that, I can be reached and can be available. All right. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.